Although Brittany is the worst, and I feel like you have to take her advice with a grain of salt, in this case, I really hope that Amber heard what Brittany was saying, because I'm even shocked that the only joint account that they have is their shopping account, which is ridiculous because when you're married, the two become one. So I honestly feel like it's ridiculous that this whole time they've been married, even outside of the infidelity, they didn't have joint accounts like that. But outside of that, I can see that Amber is really trying to take on this approach of being a noble wife, which there's nothing wrong with that. I know we all remember when her and Anthony were having Bible studies a couple of skits ago. She brought up that scripture, the Proverbs 31 woman, and she was reading that to her husband. I'm gonna need her to go back in the Proverbs 31 and refresh her memory. In Proverbs 31, verse 27, it reads, "She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness." So what Brittany is saying is not far from the truth. The fact that Amber confidently said that Anthony was vague with how much he made from the deal is actually ridiculous. And it's ridiculous for her to not go back and even ask him for more details. Because if her approach of being a wife is to Proverbs 31, there's nothing wrong with that, because here it clearly states that she carefully watches everything in her household. And last time I checked, Anthony's in her household. Last time I checked, the money that Anthony brings in is in the household. Last time I checked, the business that they both have is in the household. So everything that is produced from the business is in the household. Here it is that Ro and Wayne came to celebrate your husband over a business deal, so it must be huge. But she doesn't know what's going on. And that's because she's not carefully watching at all. You need to know what your man got going on. You need to know what's going on with this business deal. Because if this whole business deal hit the fan, then best believe she's going to be strongly affected. And at that point, none of us are going to feel bad because she should have saw this coming. And the only way you see this coming is by carefully watching what's in your household. So at this point, Amber is going to have to wake up from this naivety that she's in right now and do what she has to do. Because, like that secrecy can only mean one thing, that he's hiding something. And the last time that he was being secretive with you, he was cheating on you with your best friend. So at this point, Amber can't continue to move like this. She's going to have to wake up. Thank you for watching.